Hello everyone, how are you? Today we are going to discuss about EC2 user data and how to provision an instance with the user data script using Terraform. EC2 user data is very useful in many occasions and it is used widely in many industries. We can install whatever we want before provision of an instance. Our instance will be ready after its startup with our required software. Remember, this script only runs when the instance provision for the first time and do not run on every startup. For every time running it, it needs some configuration, which I am not going to discuss in this video. This is an introduction of user data. And if you want to know more about user data, let me know in the comment section. We will use Terraform to provision our infrastructure as code. If you are new to this channel, kindly like, share, subscribe and comment your thoughts. Let me know what you liked and what you didn't like. I will try to make some recommended video from you guys if you have any. So sit tight and enjoy. In this part, what we are going to do as a developer, we want to install a couple of softwares to our EC2 instance before it provision or before it started. So we need to install a couple of software before startup. So how do we do that? So for that we need to have use EC2 user data. So EC2 user data is very useful for installing a couple of softwares if you want before having the instance started properly. So the concept is that we as a developer want to install suppose HTTPD software to our EC2 instance. So we will do that with scripting EC2 user data, and that script will run before the start of the EC2 instance as a root privilege. So before the start of the EC2 instance, the script will run and install the required software, and then the EC2 instance will be ready for usage. So this is very useful. So what is the couple of pointer that I want to mention here is that EC2 user data is not at all instance metadata. So there is some differences between EC2 user data and instance metadata. Instance metadata is a data about the EC2 instance, and EC2 user data is something that you want to run a script or you want to give instruction to the EC2 instance before provisioning of the instance itself. Then EC2 user data, this is very important. EC2 user data is removed on every startup. So suppose on first startup, we have installed a couple of software to our EC2 instance and the instance is running. At the end of the day, you think of that, okay, I don't need the instance anymore. Let's stop the instance. And on the next day, when you start the instance again, you will lose the software because EC2 user data only runs at the startup of the instance, not every time if it starts. There is a mechanism by which we can persist the installation on every restart of the user data, but that persisting mechanism or how to do that in every restart or how to run the EC2 user data on every restart of my EC2 instance, that I will not cover in this video. If you need that, let me know in the comment section. I will make another video out of it, like how to persist the script on every restart of my EC2 instance, so that I don't have to bother that my software will be removed after every stop of my instance. So each and every stop, if I start my EC2 instance, the user data will run again and it will install the softwares again, but that part is a different part. Now, EC2 user data is very much useful on many occasions. Suppose you want an EC2 instance which need to have HTTPD service enabled after provisioning the instance. So you have no access to the instance till, but you need to have this HTTP service enabled in the EC2 user data by EC2 user data and before start of the instance. So by that, the EC2 user data is very much helpful. How we are going to do it is that we will use Terraform to provision our EC2 instance. Also, I will show you that how to do that, how to script that user data with Terraform how to include that file into the Terraform, and how we provision the instance, how we provision the HTTPD service or the software, whatever you want, you install to the EC2 instance before provisioning. So let's go now and check out the code that we will deploy. So this is my user data script. This is my user data repository. I will give this repository in my description box. Please check the code, or please take the code from there directly. You can check out the GitLab repository and directly deploy to your cloud environment. So we have used Terraform in this, and for provisioning any Terraform, we need the provider. So I am giving the provider as AWS, and the region is the default region that I will be using, that is US East 1, and the region that you have to mention here in the variable file that we have done. And for Terraform, the required providers, we have given the version as greater than 4, and the source is HashiCorp. It will take from the HashiCorp library. So if you want to know more about Terraform, how to use that, what is provider, what is main file, how to declare variable, please check out my other video where I have given elaborated discussion. I have done a elaborated discussion about how to use Terraform, how to provision an EC2 instance with Terraform, how to create the whole network infrastructure. So if you want to do that, the link is above, and you can check that out, and you can have a more detailed version of using Terraform. But this tutorial is very basic of how to enable or how to provision an EC2 instance. So this is the provider. After giving the provider, I will go to the main file where I will be creating two resources. One is the key pair to log into the EC2 instance, and another one is the instance itself. This is the instance, and the instance is taking the AWS key pair from the module of key pair. This also I have discussed in the earlier video. If you want to watch that, please go ahead and check the Terraform series. So in my instance, so in the module of key pair, there is not much interesting thing. This is the algorithm that I have declared, that this will use this algorithm. And in the key pair section itself, it will generate two key. One is the public key, and another is the private key. So this one will be generated in my local as it is local execution, and the another one, public key, will be associated with my EC2 instance. So this also I have discussed in detail in my earlier video. Now the main part is the EC2 instance, how we will provision the EC2 instance. So I have hard coded everything here. If you don't want to hard code, if you want to know how can we take the AMI from the region itself, check out the video. I have explained that. So this AMI, let's go to the console, management console, and check out this AMI, what kind of AMI it is. So right now I am in my console, and let's go to EC2 and then AMI and public image, and search with the AMI ID equals is this, and this is the AMI. And if I see the AMI, it is Amazon Linux 2 AMI. So I am using Amazon Linux 2, and I have hard coded the AMI ID. The instance type is T2 micro. The VPC security group ID, the security group, I have created one security group. This is why I have given the security group ID. So if you go to VPC, how to create security group, I also have explained in the earlier video. So if you are interested in that, please go ahead and check that video. So this is the security group that I will be using, that is 5B2. If you see, this is the last 3 digit 5B2, and it has HTTP and SSH access from everywhere on port 80 and 22. So this is fine. This is I have hard coded, and the subnet ID, I am using a public subnet ID to launch my EC2 instance. And the key pair, it will refer to the key pair that we have created earlier in our module, key pair module. And the main important part is the user data. So how to give the user data in Terraform? So to give user data, we have one user data properties inside an instance. So this means that we have to, we are asking Terraform that, hey Terraform, this user data, you have to refer to a file. And this user data is a script file, is a script residing in a file. So where is that file? You go to the module of this path, the root module of this, root path of this module, that is this one, and you go to this user data.tpl, that is this one. So By this, by this line, we are saying, hey, you can take the user data from this module, from this root path and this file, and user data.tpl file. This is the template file, user data.tpl, user data template file. And within that user data template file, we can give whatever we want to install as a software. So I have kept this very simple for introduction. So what I have done, this is a bash file and I am updating it with yum update, and then I am installing httpd service yum install -y, that is it will auto approve. It will this is interactive way. I have already approving that by giving y as a parameter that install httpd service. Then I am starting the httpd service, and after starting we have to enable the httpd service, and I am enabling httpd service. And then I am providing this line here, hello world, from this host name will take from the EC2 instance itself. So this is the host name from our EC2 instance, or host name of our EC2 instance, and it will write that to where www.html/index.html. So this file, why I am writing this file, so whenever I will try to hit the EC2 instance with the public IP that it will be assigned, it will first go here and grab this index.html, and it will show me this string, that hello world, from our EC2 instance. So this is a very simple script. You can use any type of script that you want to run on EC2 instance before starting of the instance. Suppose you want to install anything, maybe one security agent, maybe one software, Java related software. So it will install anything, anything you want on the EC2 instance before startup. So to be very simple, I have kept it very simple. I have only used this HTTPD service to be installed and enable, and that's it. So we have pointed this script, this EC2 user data user data.template file to our EC2 instance user data like this file, then the module path, and then the template file, and then we have tagged our EC2 instance, and this EC2 instance depends on this AWS key pair. So that's it. So this is how we give this user data template to our EC2 instance, and it will take the template from here and it will install all the software. Now let's see how it actually works. So to do that, let's go to the terminal. So in this terminal, I have already configured my AWS credentials. So if you want to see that, AWS sts get caller identity. So if I call this service, I can see that my AWS account has already been provisioned. I have bootstrapped, or I have already configured my credentials there. So I will clear the screen, and this is the folder, or this is the workspace that I am using to provision the data, to provision the EC2 instance and the key pair. So what I will do here is I will first format my Terraform workspace properly. So I have explained each and every Terraform command, and how to use Terraform format, or how to use Terraform plan apply in my earlier video. Please go ahead and check that. So next I will do that Terraform init. So I have to initialize my project because it has modules, it has provider of AWS, so it needs initialization. So I will initialize with this Terraform init, and as I have not mentioned any particular backend for our Terraform as S3 or DynamoDB, it will create the Terraform state file to my local. So right now it has not created it. As soon as I will apply, it will create that file. So I will clear the screen. Now I will do Terraform plan. So Terraform plan is where it will show me what it is going to do if I do a Terraform apply. So it will take some time to generate it. So we see that it has generated the plan, and we can see that 3 to add. What to add? It will add a private key, it will add a public key, and then it will add the instance itself. It has taken the AMI that I have given, and then the T2 micro, and the most important part is the user data. It has taken the user data, it has found the user data, and it has a unique value. It has found the user data in the file itself, and it will create that. Now I will clear the screen again, and I will do Terraform apply --auto approve equals to so I have given auto approve equals to true, because so it will not ask me for any approval. So again it is generating the plan and it is deploying. So we see after 30 seconds my instance has been created after 33 seconds, and this is my ID. So let's go to this management console and check the instance. And if I go to instance, I see that one instance is currently running. Yes, and this is the instance that we have provisioned. Now if I go to security, I see that okay, this is the security group that we have attached to it, and it has a public IP associated with it. Now I am copying this public IP and paste it and give a HTTP, not HTTPS, and then enter. Now if I hit enter, as soon as I give this HTTP, then the IP of the public IP of this EC2 instance, I see that it has opened up this hello world from IP. This is the host name or the DNS name of this IP. This is the private IP address. If you see here, this is the private IP address 172.169.226. This is the one, and .ec2.amazonaws.com. This is ec2 amazonaws.com, because we have, if we see that our script, we have given the host name, and the host name is our private IP address that is associated with our instance. Now let's do one thing. Let's check if our HTTPD service has been enabled or not. It is enabled actually. Actually, it is enabled. We see that the echo has been done. We have the file index.html is present, and it has been written with this hello world from our host name. Now we really want to make sure that if HTTPD has been enabled or not. Now if I go to the instance again and try to do connect, and we have a command, keep here EC2 user, and we will use the same command to log into the instance. We will paste it and then enter. I will give yes, and I am inside this EC2 instance. This is EC2 user. What I am going to check here is that systemctl status HTTPD, and as soon as I hit enter, it will show me the status of the HTTPD service. It is showing that it is actively running, and it is actively running 18 minutes ago. That means we have provisioned our EC2 instance, and while provisioning the EC2 instance, our user data script ran, and it installed the required software. In our case, it is HTTPD, and it started the EC2 instance, and also it has written the index.html file with this. So this is one short demo. This was one short demo on how to use this EC2 user data with the startup of EC2 instance using Terraform. But the problem is that if we stop the instance and try to access this HTTPD service, it now if we stop the instance and again start the instance, the user data script will not run, because user data script will only run at the provision time of the instance, not on every startup. But there is a mechanism of how to do that on each and every restart of the instance. If you really want to learn that, let me know in the comment section. I can make another video out of it. That is very easy. That's it. This is what I wanted to share in this video. Let me know in the comment section how do you like this video. If you are new to this channel, kindly like, share, comment and subscribe to my channel. Let me know your thoughts, how to make this video more engaging, or what do you want to know more. I will be back with another exciting video. Till then, take care. Goodbye.